Okay, so why this is freezing up. But anyway, Eric here. Tonight, I just couldn't hold back. So this is my video about people running around giving really misinformation about what happened with the House resolution. I believe it's called, no, that's another House, that's actually a House bill for North Carolina. I'm actually talking about, sorry, I had to hit my remote for whatever reason. But anyway, this video is about the $4.5 trillion tax cut approved by the House yesterday. Almost indicative and automatically on our side of the aisle, people going online, doing videos and posts on social media about a bill that is doing this, this, and this. First of all, these people don't know how their government works. And I did a video, but of course, nobody watched my video about how a bill becomes a law or a bill. So here's again. They did not vote on a bill. It is a House resolution. That means the House of Representatives created a budget and listed things on there. That's not a bill. That is a resolution. I don't know why they use the word resolution saying House budget or something like that. But anyway, it's not a bill. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson, told everybody that it's going to, on the House is going to do a big bill. One big bill. Because President Trump wants one big bill. And he wants the debt ceiling to be go higher so that he can get the 2017 tax cuts back and continuing. So let's talk about how a bill is born. So everybody knows about Congress. In Congress, there are two houses in Congress. One is the House of Representatives. The other one is the Senate. Both houses have to do, for budgets, a resolution. On the House, it's HR, not Human Resources, but House of Representative, HR, whatever number. And on the Senate side, the same thing, but it'll be SR, Senate resolution. Again, like I said, I don't know why they're using the word resolution, because it is just a budget setup. A budget setup. So yesterday, it's really about all these bravado on the Democrat side and everything, which is fine. They finally stood up. Because I did a video about where are my Democrat heroes? Did you lose your balls? I don't know, but finally they did stand up and everything. So I didn't know that the Senate had already done their resolution, but Senator Lindsey Graham, about 2 weeks ago, or very, very close after the day of the inauguration, he said, with some other Republican senators behind him, that the Senate was going to do two small bills. One for the budgets and everything, and then later in the year, that second bill will be about President Trump's tax cuts. But that wasn't on the news because apparently the Senate already did their resolution. And I haven't seen it or anything like that. But all the legacy news and everything was focusing on the House side. It was voted by 217 versus 215 All Democrats voted against it, and one Republican voted against it because of them using the words Medicaid and health cuts and things like that. All right? So, again, be with me. There was no bill voted, a resolution, which means a budget review, was voted. Okay? All right. So now, the next step is, actually, before I go that, you don't have to believe me. I'm going to show you a video. This guy's named Brian. I follow him. He's a tax guy and all of that on YouTube. And I'm going to show that. In fact, I'm going to start going to do this. So let's listen to Brian from Clear Value Tax.
Trump's bill to cut taxes. So I'm going to show you a video clip from TikTok that got 14 million views. So please take a look.
Trump's tax bill was just released, and guess what? It doesn't include no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on Social Security. So just another thing he lied to you about so he could get tax cuts for his rich friends.
Okay, so you just heard that. That was the full clip. That wasn't taken out of context. So this person is saying that Trump's tax bill was released and it does not include those tax cuts. So is this true? The answer is that the bill hasn't even been written yet. So what this TikToker was referring to is the budget resolution, which is a framework asking for money. It's not the bill with details. So it's crazy how this guy claims to know what's in a bill that hasn't even been written yet. Now, I want to tell you what's really going on. Okay.
With multiple income sources, tracking my expenses and earnings.
Sorry guys, I hate ads. I do. I hate ads. But I'm not paying for that.
They do it on.
Okay, so here's how it works. Phase 1 is the budget resolution. So this sets the overall spending amounts. And then phase 2 is that they have to vote on the budget resolution. They're going to vote in the House and the Senate. And then phase 3, it's going to go to the reconciliation process. This is when the committees draft the legislation. This is when they write the bill.
All right, let me stop right here. So phase 3, the reconciliation process. That's where we are right now. So the House did a budget resolution and voted. The Senate did a budget resolution and voted. And now they have to come together and reconcile their two resolutions because they are not equal. Once that resolution has done, then the committees will draft legislation based on the reconciliation conversations and everything, and then that legislation will be done as a bill, and if everybody agrees, then that bill will go to President Trump's desk. So let's go forward.
Phase 4 is when they vote on the bill in the House and the Senate. So right now, they're going through the budget process, which is phase 2, and then they're going to write the bill after that. Now, I want to show you the budget resolution. So this is the House version. So if you go to page 45 of the budget resolution, you're going to see this. Committee on Ways and Means. So this is the committee that determines tax policy. So it says that they want tax reductions of $4.5 trillion over the course of the next 10 years. So this is all that it says. This is not the bill. So this is just asking for the
Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. On Facebook, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, everybody's saying that Trump's bill was just voted on and it doesn't have this, and that he lied. Well, I understand that the president is a liar. He is. Every time he opens his mouth, there is a lie coming out. However, it matters about what is true and what is not. And as Brian said on this video, I mean, you can look at other videos from Brian Tyler Cohen, from Clear Value Tax, this guy, Brian. No bill has been done. It is a budget resolution. So don't say about that a bill has been done because it has not been done. However, having said that, look at this as a warning shot that it's coming or possibly coming. This is the time to start calling and emailing and calling and emailing and calling your House of Representatives and your senators, or any House of Representative or senator who's not yours, who is going to vote for this, to let them know that an election is coming soon. You cannot just sit on your ass and allow them to do this. Because, and now I understand why President Trump kept saying that the Energy Department and Commerce, particularly the Energy Department, cuts need to be done and all this. And now I understand. I didn't know. And I tried to vet everything, and I tried to get information, because information is my energy. Not having information is my kryptonite. But the Energy Department, do you know what the Energy Department and Commerce, what they're over? Medicaid. Why is Medicaid under the Energy Department or the Commerce Department? Why? They are, on this budget resolution for the House, they're asking the Energy Department and Commerce to cut $880 billion in order for them to find $880 billion. They have to cut Medicaid. And everybody thinks that only poor people are on Medicaid. That's not true. Seniors in nursing homes are on Medicaid. Children are on Medicaid. The poorest of us are on Medicaid. Families are on Medicaid. Small business owners who don't have enough revenue to qualify for regular insurance, who may be able to enroll in Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, but not every small business person can be on the Affordable Care Act because they don't have enough revenue. I'm stumbling over my words. But even me, I'm semi-retired and I am a small business owner, Royal Notary Services. But I tried to get insurance through the Affordable Care Act, and they told me I didn't have enough income to qualify, and they turned me back to North Carolina Medicaid. Fortunately, because of Medicaid expansion, I was able to get insurance through North Carolina Medicaid. But there is a possibility that I may, and not just me, but millions of people across the country will lose their insurance. Kids in school will lose their reduced or free lunch because that is part of Medicaid SNAP, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. That is under Energy and Commerce. So think of it as the reverse of Robin Hood. Robin Hood was an aristocrat and gathered his men and stole from the rich to give to the poor. Well, I can assure you that President Trump and his cronies, including oligarch Elon Musk, none of them are Robin Hood. They are all sheriffs of Nottingham. And if these resolutions are connected and they become a bill, not only will Medicaid be cut? SNAP will be cut. The hundreds of thousands of people who are federal workers who are losing their jobs will not be able to get insurance. They might be able to get unemployment for a minute, but they will not be able to get insurance unless something changes on the Affordable Care Act, which is not going to happen unless it is cut. This is why words matter. No bill has been done yet. They are budget resolutions. Thank you, Brian, because I was looking for merging budget and resolution. House budget resolution and Senate budget resolution. And as that video said, we're in, based on the time that this video was done, we were in phase 2. Well, the House resolution was done yesterday, and now we're about to be in phase 3. The budget resolutions go to committee, and then at some point there has to be a bill done, voted on the budget on the House side and on the Senate side, and if both houses agree and vote for the bill, then it goes to the president's desk. But here's a nugget that this video didn't say, that everybody has forgotten apparently. Friday is the last day of February. We got 2 more days, 27th and 28th. And then March happens on Saturday. Guess what? On March 14th, guess what could possibly happen again? That is the last day for a budget bill to be in place to keep the government open. Again, to keep the government open. So when you hear these Republican senators who are being interviewed saying that Medicare is not going to be cut, Social Security is not going to be touched, Medicare is not going to be touched, SNAP is not going to be touched, we're not going to hurt families and poor people, it is a lie. Words matter. And in the economy that we're in, today is the first day on the news that I've ever heard since this started that somebody's trying to figure out how to shut down the avian flu because they have said today, the Department of Agriculture has said that eggs will probably go up another 40% by the time this year is over. Yes. So again, I'll circle back. Call and email every single day your House of Representatives. Do I have it here with me to show you? Pull out your, actually it's too light. Pull out your voter registration card. All that information is right there. Your House of Representatives, your senators. You can go online to see who your senators are. Even send messages to your city council people and your county commissioner people. They have connections to the state. Everybody needs to know why you're angry. And if you're not angry, then something's wrong. Either something's wrong or you are a MAGA supporter. And if you're a MAGA supporter, I don't even want to talk to you anyway. I want to talk to people who will listen and who are trying to understand what the is going on. So I'm at, where am I at? 20 minutes now, 21 minutes. So again, let's go back. As far as a government bill, step 1, House does a budget resolution and the Senate does their budget resolution. That's step 1. Then they vote on it to see if the budget resolution can be voted yes. If both houses vote yes, then step 3, phase 3, is to go into reconciliation, which means those budget resolutions go to committees and try to find the money for that. And then they come out of committee, and then the House votes on it, and then the Senate votes on theirs. And if they agree, if they're the same coming out of reconciliation, and the vote goes through, then a bill is written based on that budget resolution coming out of the committee, and then that goes to President Trump's desk, and he'll either sign it or he'll veto it. So the moral of this video today is words matter. If we on the left are focused on the right's words, then we also need to be focused on our own words. Stop saying that a bill was done yesterday, because no bill was done. What you should be focusing on is calling and email your representatives and say, why does every time that we have to do a budget that we have to wait until the time that the government may shut down, and then on top of that, federal workers are losing their jobs. So even if the government is still open, who's working? And then we're in the middle of tax season. So yeah, I'm getting hyped. Because I give a fat happy rat's ass. I do. Sometimes I say I don't give a fat happy rat's ass, but for this I do give a fat happy rat's ass. But like I said, you don't have to believe me. I gave you a resource. You can go to YouTube, search clear value tax, and you'll see Brian's videos. Also on YouTube, search Brian Tyler Cohen. Look at his videos. Actually, I have one on but it's too long. It's too long. Because he would be saying the same thing. But I understand. You don't have to believe me. Just do your own research. Do your own research. So having said that, there might be another video because of what Trump did on his social media, Truth Social. Him and Netanyahu in some AI-generated video about the Gaza. Ridiculous. And then this gold card that he's going to give to rich oligarchs from Russia to immigrate into the United States. And you can't make this crap up. You can't. And this is who they voted to. This is who they voted into the presidency. And I'll leave this for you. Instead of trying to figure out, instead of saying that this is a bill, how about looking at what he's doing with Ukraine? Ukraine has my sympathies. President Trump has already said, and I quote, they are not guaranteed for security. And they are not going to get a NATO invitation, because NATO's criteria says, one of the bullets is that every nation in NATO has to unanimously agree to invite the country to come into NATO. But the good news is the European Union has already said they will embrace Ukraine, and Ukraine will be in the European Union. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it is. It is. So at least they're getting something, but not from the United States right now. And on the UN front, the last 2 days ago, the United States has voted with Russia, China, and North Korea 4 times. 4 times. So just marinate on that. Marinate on that. But people, please, please. I'm watching the Reacher series, and I put this in this video anyway for a point. Words matter. In an investigation, details matter. And in this political climate, words matter. But I'll leave you with that. Hashtag resist. And I'll see you on the next video.